Whoever came up with this title, give this guy a freaking raise. Tell me how this is not awesome. Astronaut. Astronaut. Conspiracy theories swirl about Katy Perry's fake Blue Origin space mission. Just show the legendary landing real quick, Rob. This is such a beautiful moment. This may be greater than us landing. Look at this. Look at the way it lands to the ground. None of them break their backs. Look at this. Watch for it. Wow.
Southwest Airlines lands just like this.
The freaking music is awesome, right? Gladiator type.
Oh,
Boom. Look at that.
my back would have been shattered.
You see it? How sick is that, right?
Oh.
Just like motivating.
I'm going to tell you something right now. You are officially an astronaut.
Thank you so much.
How do you feel?
I feel super connected to love.
This is so tough.
What started as a dreamy space adventure has quickly spiraled into a public relations nightmare. Katy Perry's short trip on Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket has become the subject of conspiracy theories, viral memes, and now, allegedly, a brutal Simpsons parody. So what went wrong? Let's break down the 10 craziest chapters of this unfolding saga.
I'm going to tell you something right now. You are officially an astronaut.
Bro.
Stop the cap. Stupid.
Let me tell you right now, Katie, you're officially an astronaut.
Oh, I guess I'm a freaking brain surgeon then. I couldn't believe. Wow, I can't believe she even said. How do you even format your lips to say something so stupid?
Stupid.
Katy Perry's Blue Origin spaceflight, pitched as a historic all-female mission, was initially met with admiration. But when video clips surfaced, showing Katy calling herself an astronaut and making spiritual proclamations like feeling connected to love and God, the internet wasn't having it.
However, there's been some critics saying some stuff in it.
Really?
Rob, I don't know if you have any of the critic stuff or not. Do you have any of the stuff on how they open the door first and then they have to reopen the door and they have to say, go back in there, and then Jeff Bezos falls. Poor guy's tripping. He's having a hard time.
Many compared the trip to a luxury amusement park ride, not a space journey, triggering widespread mockery. Clips of her dramatic landing and tearful ground-kissing fueled conspiracy theories that the mission was either staged, exaggerated, or entirely orchestrated for publicity. With internet sleuths dissecting every frame, people began calling it the greatest soft landing comedy ever, with some saying even Southwest Airlines lands with more drama.
Which one is this, Rob? Tell us.
This is the door being opened from the inside.
Watch this.
What's gonna come out of
They're not supposed to open the door yet.
her
Look, they're like, close the door!
Is that Jeff Bezos out there right by the capsule? Kind of hard to see. That is
I have
that is
to
correct.
pee.
That is Jeff Bezos, our founder.
He has to step up with the official
Yeah.
The backlash set the stage for an avalanche of memes and media criticism. Insider leaks revealed that writers at The Simpsons have been working on a scathing parody of Katy's space trip. Early drafts reportedly include an animated Katy panicking in zero gravity, struggling with mundane tasks, and delivering melodramatic monologues about cosmic love. Her behavior post-flight, tearful press appearances, and Instagram reflections gave the writers more than enough material. The episode is said to draw directly from real viral clips, exaggerating her emotional overreactions for laughs.
Flynn, I gotcha. Oh, the moon! You guys, I will have to tell you, look at the moon.
Doing a whole bunch of nothing.
For us watching her
Look, I brought my little butterfly.
According to sources, this may become one of the show's most savage celebrity parodies to date. Fans and critics alike are already buzzing about it online, with many predicting the episode could be a cultural moment that permanently shifts how people remember Katy's space journey. Once Katy's team heard about the parody plans, they reportedly went into full damage control. Describing the project as a targeted attack, her representatives rushed to contact Fox Studios and demanded the episode be pulled or rewritten. Emails and phone calls labeled the satire a gross misrepresentation of her intentions and accused the writers of unfairly exploiting her image. Legal threats were issued warning of reputational damage, especially given Katy's efforts to rebrand herself as a serious cultural figure. But instead of halting production, the controversy only fueled further excitement around the episode. Ironically, the attempt to stop the parody may have brought it even more attention, creating a Streisand effect Katy's team didn't anticipate. Rather than back down, the Simpsons writers reportedly doubled down on their plans. The leak turned into free publicity, and producers now see the controversy as marketing gold. Behind the scenes, they believe this episode has the potential to become a cultural touchstone, especially in the age of viral moments and internet ridicule. Sources close to the team say they're carefully navigating legal boundaries, but are determined not to let celebrity pressure dictate their creative direction. The writers view Katy's behavior not as a heroic journey, but as the perfect storm of performance, ego, and media overkill, a satire too good to resist. The legal threats only intensified their resolve, turning what might have been a light jab into a full-on roast. Leaked concept art and early scripts show Katy's animated counterpart clutching a symbolic daisy in space, floating helplessly while declaring her cosmic rebirth. Meanwhile, characters like Bart and Lisa stare in awkward silence as Mission Control looks on in confusion. These moments aren't random. They're pulled from Katy's real interviews and Instagram lives. The writers are said to be cataloging her most dramatic moments, from tearful declarations to cringeworthy quotes like, "I'm officially an astronaut." The goal seems to be clear: expose how over-the-top her rebranding has become. What was meant to be a transformative moment is now being flipped into a biting satire of celebrity vanity, influencer culture, and performative spirituality. Online reactions are deeply polarized. Some believe Katy is being unfairly targeted by a brutal media machine that punishes women for emotional expression. Others argue she brought it on herself by trying to turn an 11-minute rocket ride into a spiritual rebirth. Fan communities on Reddit, Twitter, and YouTube are locked in heated debate. Is Katy a victim of Hollywood satire culture? Or is this the natural backlash for turning a billionaire's hobby into a PR spectacle? The intensity of the discussion proves how divided the public is, not just on Katy Perry, but on celebrity space tourism itself. For many, the episode represents a larger cultural critique, not just a joke at one pop star's expense. Insiders claim Katy is now planning a truth-telling documentary to reclaim her narrative. The project would include behind-the-scenes footage, intimate interviews, and raw reflections about the mission's emotional impact. Her team hopes this could shift public perception and remind audiences of her sincerity. However, critics say doubling down could backfire. A glossy documentary might only highlight the disconnect between Katy's vision and how the public actually sees her space trip. Worse, it risks reinforcing the image of a celebrity trying too hard to script a personal legacy. If mishandled, it could amplify the ridicule, not diffuse it. Some advisors reportedly warn that a quiet retreat might serve her better than another media push. Major voices in media have weighed in, adding fuel to the fire. Joe Rogan and Tim Dillon mocked Katy's flight on Rogan's podcast, calling it ridiculous and overhyped. The FAA's statement clarifying that Katy and her fellow passengers aren't technically astronauts only intensified the mockery. Even Jeff Bezos' inner circle reportedly cringed at her post-flight antics. At a private event, Bezos is said to have joked that even Snoop Dogg would have handled it better, suggesting regret over choosing Katy for the mission. While the launch was intended to inspire, it ended up looking more like a marketing gimmick. Katy's emotional declarations and daisy-clutching moments didn't help. They became internet fodder rather than inspirational milestones. Behind closed doors, Bezos reportedly views the Katy Perry mission as a PR misstep. What was meant to elevate Blue Origin's public image turned into a media circus. Instead of celebrating science, headlines focused on Katy kissing the ground, emotional breakdowns, and spiritual buzzwords. Some executives worried that involving celebrities like Katy diluted the mission's credibility, turning it into an Instagram-ready photo op instead of a serious milestone. Bezos' rumored Snoop Dogg comment wasn't just a joke. It reflected real concern that Blue Origin's public image was drifting from scientific legacy to influencer spectacle. The mission was meant to inspire. Instead, it may have undermined the very message Blue Origin was trying to send. Katy Perry hoped to frame her space trip as a bold, empowering, transformative journey. But instead of leaving a legacy, she's now the subject of satire, memes, and cultural criticism. Her symbolic daisy is no longer seen as a badge of resilience. It's a punchline. The Simpsons episode might only cement that perception. The irony? Her effort to control the narrative backfired, feeding the internet's appetite for absurdity. As satire swirls and critics pile on, Katy's trip now serves as a cautionary tale for any celebrity trying to manufacture meaning in an age of hyper-skepticism. Whether or not the Simpsons episode airs, the story has already been rewritten, and Katy is no longer the author. So, what do you think? Is Katy Perry being unfairly dragged? Or is this just the cost of trying to script your own legacy in the internet age? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more wild stories from behind Hollywood's carefully crafted curtain. Until next time, keep your feet on the ground and maybe think twice before blasting off.